What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
Gersh1.
And today we're back to answer your questions in another installment of For the Greater Wall. Take two. For the Greater
Wall. Blew in a breath and everything. Is that what you say? No, that's not what you say. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, simply comment down below. Put question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. That is what Mr. Conflict did. He asks, how many planets are untouched by other races in the galaxy now? So I'm guessing, like, what type of races that haven't been touched by the Imperium, by pretty much any race.
any sentient race.
And I'm guessing you want to know about human races, right? Because like that's what you are, maybe. But the answer is that there's a lot. Yeah. There's a lot of planets that haven't been touched by any type of race, because of just how massive the galaxy is, and also because of how unpredictable warp storms are. You have to remember that in order to travel, you have to enter the warp, and sometimes if the warp is too
warpy,
yeah, then you're basically stranded in your sector or your area. And a lot of these places there's a lot of pockets like that in the galaxy where no humans have ever touched, no orcs have ever touched. So that is common, but also it's very common for Imperial, or what once was an Imperial planet, to be completely cut off from the Greater Imperium, and then they go on living their lives trying to survive. And when the warp storm goes away, they come back and they encounter these people that used to be part of the Imperium, but now are not, because they've...
the isolationism.
Yeah. A lot of them, though, become tainted by chaos because you're so close to a warp storm. So there's incursions, and the Imperium has to deal with that by exterminatus or something like that. But every now and then you'll find Imperial nightly worlds, for instance, that have been able to hold it down.
P.O.P.
I love you, Mama.
I'm legally blind.
And then, is that the same meme?
Yeah, it's the same one.
Yeah, and then the Imperium finds them and either puts them back into the Imperial fold or tries to kill them. And yeah, so it's very common. If you want to create your own fan lore around it, do it.
Mm-hmm. And don't forget, there are death worlds, or dead worlds, I think they're called. So it's a world that used to be inhabited, something happened, and now it's like completely barren. Mm-hmm. So I guess that could be a new staging place for, I don't know, something.
Yeah, whatever you want. Next question.
Faking It 66. Do the Necrons see Chaos and Tyranids as a threat? Necrons don't have anything that Chaos or Tyranids particularly want or use, so wouldn't it make sense to just kind of ignore them?
No, not necessarily. They're still a military force. Any military force is a threat to the Necrons, right?
Right, because I mean the Necrons, they purged the galaxy once. Now, they can do it again, but they're not just gonna say, "Oh, Chaos, you're cool. Tyranids, yeah, go ahead, eat all the life."
Yeah. It's actually it's psychic beings. Just the fact that Chaos is a psychic being is a reason to kill them, because the Necrons are weak against psychics, or the Catan, and yeah, it's just it's something that they don't really want around them.
Right.
They're like mice.
Not rats.
Not rats. Rats are outside. Next question comes from Marcel Goussard. What is the best 40K novel you've ever read? The Beast Arises.
Fear to Tread, I believe was the name of it. So when it talks about Sanguinius and Horus and their bromance.
I was actually in my local Barnes & Noble, and it's really hard to find Horus Heresy books that are like the ones that just like from the beginning or whatever. Mm-hmm. I guess I could just go to Black Library and buy it there, but I'm not going to. Next question.
Oh, this is an interesting one by Michael. Woo! Do you guys think that the Cabal was actually trying to save the galaxy, or were they just afraid of how powerful humanity was becoming? I think they set themselves up.
So their purpose was not to save the world. Their purpose was to destroy Chaos. Mm-hmm. It's coming from a bad place in their hearts.
Yeah, because I mean, at the end of the day, they're trying to rid Chaos to make the galaxy better, but at the same time, it's like if you save during the Horus Heresy, if you killed off the Imperium, I think the galaxy in the end would prosper. But if Horus lost, which he did, then humanity was doomed to suffer, slowly until they died off. So
yes.
Tomato, tomato.
What's a goobler?
You are.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Isn't it like SpongeBob, like a goofy goober?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Next question comes from the One Take Club. Have you guys made your own fan chapter of Stardy or Imperial Guard Regiment? P.S. Love your guys' content.
Of course not. There's no Celestial Sun playlist with over 20 videos on my own personal fan lore and army that I collected for over 4 years.
We're actually going to see him in battle
today
against my Imperial Fists.
Finally, the Imperial Fists.
You guys want to see my drop pods? Oh yeah, that's 4 years right there. That's 4 years of work.
It takes time.
There's an entire playlist for the Sound Alchemist's awesome chapter that also ties into the Lost Primarch. Mm-hmm. So if you're into the Lost Primarch theories, check it out.
Check it out. Yeah, there's playlists on the lore and battle reports on them.
Yeah.
And there's also the twist to it. It's not just this Chaos Space Marine one. I've also got a... it's not just the Space Marine one. I've also got a Chaos version of it, too. Yep. And I'm working on the lore for my own minor Chaos God.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because of the channel. Or the video.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. Dude, there was something moving behind
I heard that.
I thought that was some type of Toy Story shit. Or like our Space Marines turn... Well, whatever. Next question comes from Fiery Wolverine.
That's a cool name.
Is docking gay, though? So what is docking?
Docking is when...
Hold on. We're on YouTube, and we don't want to get...
That's true.
Yeah.
Ask your significant other.
Ask your preacher during confession. Mm-hmm. If you're a Catholic. Or if you do that. I don't know. There might be other places that do that. Anyways, next question comes from James Ramon. Who would win, a Primarch or the Hulk? Primarch.
Ooh.
I think the Primarch, because the Primarch
Worldbreaker Hulk?
He didn't specify which one.
Okay.
But even if it was Worldbreaker Hulk, I think that Hulk is just rage. So he's like a berserker. And I think somebody that could actually...
Angron was rage. He's a berserker.
But he also had tactics. He also had like...
So does a Hulk. I mean, there was a certain point where Bruce Banner was in control of the Hulk. So you got... like genius tactics right there.
I don't think he's that tactical though. I think like the rage would overshadow. Plus, you're pointing it up against Angron, and I think it would be a pretty good matchup or whatever. But if it was like Gilliman versus the Hulk, I think Gilliman would have it. Like he would find a way to just entrap the Hulk and then poke him with a stick.
I mean, if it's Marvel like Cinematic Universe Hulk, then yeah, Primarch would win. I feel like the Primarch would just do the same thing Thanos did when he just like bam, bam, bam.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
They made him pretty pointless in the movies.
Yeah.
I don't know. I say the Primarch. You say the Hulk.
I'll say Hulk, especially if it's Worldbreaker Hulk.
Next question.
This one's by David Coots. Is it Gershwan, or Gershwan?
It's G-U-R-S-H, so that's one word, Gersh, and then 1, the number 1. This one comes from Alucard Tepes. Biggie or Tupac?
I gotta go with Biggie.
I gotta go with Tupac. You can listen to Tupac. You have to be in the right mood to listen to Biggie. You don't have to be in the right mood to listen to Tupac, because he puts you in that mood.
That's true, yeah. But T-bone steak, cheese, eggs, roast, and grapes. Bunny Hop. Questions with an S. Who's your favorite Eldar character and why? I was gonna say, what's his name?
Sky Weaver.
You're a Sky Weaver. Prince Yariel. Because he's got one of the crone swords that was actually a spear, and he's got like a little like pirate eye thing that shoots laser. Yeah, I think he actually did die during the whole
Tyranid invasion.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But he's my favorite.
Yeah, rest in peace. My favorite is I don't have one because I don't really pay attention to the Eldar. Who pays attention to Eldar?
Right.
We are gonna do more lore on the Eldar. I want to understand the whole path thing. Like they have different paths, and I don't really understand that, so I want to get to know that a little better.
And then Bunny Hop's got another question.
Okay.
Are traps gay?
So I didn't know that a trap meant a transgendered person. I thought a trap was like where you go buy drugs. So is a transgender person gay? By gay, do you mean homosexual? I don't know.
By gay, do you mean happy? I don't know.
Exactly. Next question comes from Azaria. How many loyalist Primarchs would have to return in order to disband the Ecclesiarchy, Inquisition, and reinstate the Imperial truth?
All of them.
And even then, they might not.
Yeah.
A big part of like human history is the fact that you can control everyday citizens with religion, and the Primarchs would understand that, and they would see that like we should just keep the Imperial truth and like the Ecclesiarchy so that we can get shit done and not have to worry about like rebellions and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Because I mean, it's become so much of a way of life, and it'd be really difficult to like change that up.
Not to say though that like not believing would also not let you create a good civilization.
Right. It's kind of like the thing where the U.S. tried to go to metric. It didn't work.
Yeah.
But that's not to say it will never work.
Never ever.
Forever ever?
Ever ever. This question is for me, Noir Bad Guy. He misspelled my name. He put gross one. Maybe it's like a Nurgle-inspired quote or whatever. Did you ever go to the doctor with your random cough, yawns, and air swallowing? I do air swallowing. I didn't notice that. That's a new one that I do. That might be concerning, bro. Check yourself before you wreck yourself, because it's bad for your health. Come in real stealth. Yeah, I need to go to the doctor for that. I actually have been talking to people about that, because I watched a Joe Rogan podcast, and he was saying that if you have a cough and you're not a smoker, then there might be something internally wrong with you. Like some crazy shit.
You know, if Rogan says it, it's the truth.
Yeah, so that's how I run my life. If he says it, then I could do it.
What would Rogan do?
So I am going to go get that checked out. The yawning and the yawning is just because I'm tired. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Air swallowing. And those were the questions for today.
As always, guys, hit us up with more questions before your questions, because we get to those questions first. And yeah, just keep them coming. Don't forget, we do have a Patreon page. Thanks to the Patreon page, we can bring you more epic 40K content.
And you'll pay for my doctor visit.
You can Gersh one healthy again.
Yeah.
Or not, if you want him to be the gross one.
The great unclean.
Mm-hmm. What would be the okay unclean?
Ah.
But yeah, that's all we got. Hit us up on the Facebook page if you want more 40K stuff, or just check out our vast library of videos.
And if you want to poke fun at me some more, hit me up on Instagram. Because you guys like to tease. Yeah. This was Gersh One.
Sound Alchemist, and we are out.
Always used to put my freedom first in any situation.